scoring with 15 points, was 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. And the Bruins were a total of 19 of 26 from the charity stripe from the free throw line on Wednesday. So not bad numbers, about 70% from the free throw line, and I think that's definitely going to have to improve a little bit more this evening if they want to come out victorious against Plainfield. Again, the Bruins were victorious against Plainfield last year, 54-50, in what was a barn burner overtime matchup at Tri-West High School. But now we're here at Plainfield, and it's going to be a very exciting matchup. And I think, when you look at keys of the game, keeping Braden Van Slyke out of foul trouble is going to be a big factor into tonight's game. He got into foul trouble against Cascade, and then he got into foul trouble against Cascade and had to sit for a majority of the second and third quarters. But again, Van Slyke's such a versatile player for the Bruins, can hit a shot from outside, but can also step in and attack the basket down low. The Bruins attacked the basket against Cascade in several different ways and several different players. The main one being Luke Robertson driving into lane. Luke had a 12-point half there in the second half of that Cascade game to give him his 15 points on the evening. And the second leading scorer was sophomore Mason Levisic. He had 13, was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So again, not bad numbers from the charity stripe. And then also contributing with 13 was Dawson Wolf, the junior forward. Taylor Gardner had 8 in that contest against Cascade. Braden Van Slyke had 6 points. Nick Smith had 11 points. So again, 4 double-digit scorers for the Bruins. And the Bruins were able to, to spread out the scoring. And as you see, the Bruins take the court here for the second time in their final warm-ups here in these final 3 minutes before we get it tipped off. The Lady Bruins fell to Plainfield here in the 6 o'clock game. Again, a boy-girl varsity doubleheader here at Plainfield High School, and we're excited to bring you the coverage of tonight's matchup. Other scorers for the Bruins against the Cadets, like we mentioned, Nick Chin contributed with 4. Van Slyke had 6. Damon Brickler had 3. And again, Damon Brickler going to be mainly utilized for his shooting ability from beyond the arc, as he hit 1 3 in the third quarter in that game on Wednesday. So definitely a sharpshooter in the Bruins in Damon Brickler, and I think Bontrager might to exploit that a little bit more tonight. I just think his physicality and size down and sizing up against Plainfield kind of limits him there. Other scores, Alex Covey had 2, and then again, like we mentioned, a 75-43 victory over Cascade. The Bruins were 19 of 26 from the free throw line. All right, let's talk keys to the game for tonight's matchup. When you look at keys to the game, I think you're going to have to win points in the paint. I think that is going to be very crucial in winning this game, because the Bruins, not necessarily a team that can shoot the ball very well, because they have shot the ball well this season, but definitely I think you're going to have to win points in the paint in order to come out victorious. As you see, Plainfield now taking the court as well, and we'll go through starting lineups here in just a moment, but again, I think you're going to have to win points in the paint. You're going to have to keep Van Slyke out of foul trouble and limit Plainfield's transition points. I think your transition defense is going to be very, very crucial tonight, because, when you talk about transition D, I think that's going to be very important, because I think Plainfield is going to want to run a lot in transition, but so do the Bruins. They ran very well in transition against the Cadets. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams that like to play at a fast tempo will match up again tonight. Again, the Bruins come in here 1-0. And I just think we're set for an exciting contest. And don't be surprised if you see more utilization out of the freshmen, Ethan Deponette and Alex Covey, because I think they're going to be used for their size and physicality down low. If it comes to winning points in the paint, I think winning points in the paint is very crucial. Like I mentioned several times, limit your turnovers. Don't allow yourself 10 or more turnovers. I think is a good number for the Bruins this evening. Just limit your turnovers this evening. I think you'll be very, very well set. So the Bruins come in here, and they're looking to defeat the Plainfield Quakers. And I believe we're going to have the national anthem here in just a few moments. However, they did do the national anthem before the Lady Bruins contest, so I don't know if we're going to get a national anthem here or not, as the warm-up timer winds down here on Plainfield High School. High above courtside, my name's Grant Covey. We welcome you in. And what is going to be an exciting matchup. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsors for the evening. Carpenter Realtor Brad Chin and More Chiropractic are the sponsors on tonight's broadcast. You can get your name on tonight's broadcast as well. Just reach out to Tri-West Athletics, and we'll get your name on this broadcast. So I believe we are going to do the starting lineup, skip the national anthem because it was done before the Tri-West Lady Bruins contest. When you look at the starting lineups, the Plainfield will start Jacob Gibbs. They will start Cade East, Cade Gibbs, and Kobe Fowler, and Aiden Boer will start as well. And the starters for the Bruins, as you see them walking out right now, Taylor Gardner at guard, Dawson Wolf at forward, Brady Van Slyke at forward, and Nick Smith at guard as well, and Luke Robertson as forward, and listed at the forward position as well. So as they do the starting lineups here for the Plainfield Quakers, like we mentioned, Jacob Gibbs, Cade East, Cade Gibbs, Kobe Fowler, and Aiden Boer. So you're seeing them run out right now. So again, we're getting you set for tip-off here at Plainfield High School, high above courtside. We welcome you in. Wherever you're tuning in to this evening, we thank you for that. Bruins set, looking to go 2-0 on the season this evening. So is Plainfield. Again, Plainfield beating Avon earlier in the week, and the Tri-West Bruins defeating the Cascade Cadets early in the week, and we're getting you underway here from Plainfield High School. Luke Robertson will jump center. He'll jump next to Cade Gibbs. And the tip is up, and Plainfield wins the tip, and it'll be Aiden Boer controlling the basketball for the Quakers. Picked up by Robertson now on the left side. It's Fuller. Gibbs now, right side, takes one dribble, picks it up. Boer now with it, working the dribble, gets it to Gibbs. Cade Gibbs driving and going up. And a foul call against the Bruins. I think they're going to get Robertson. And that'll be Robertson's, or they're going to get Dawson Wolf, rather. That'll be his first and the team's first of the contest. 7:39 to play in this first quarter. As Cade Gibbs makes his first free throw and gives the Quakers a 1-point advantage. Now he makes it 2. So Cade Gibbs gets the Quakers on the board first, and now the Bruins will try to break this pressure. Left side, Nick Smith on the left wing. Back up to Robertson. Robertson out to Dawson Wolf. Wolf now back to Robertson. And the Bruins will reset the offense here. They're going to try to work Van Slyke on that high post. Right side, Gardner. Back to Robertson. He's going to fire away a 3. Robertson can't get it to fall. Went in and out of the rim, and now Plainfield comes in transition. They go inside to East, and he was left wide open. Cade East was left wide open down low, and the Quakers take a 4-point advantage. 6:55 to play here in this first quarter of action. Gardner on the left wing. Thought about the 3. Takes a couple dribbles now. Tries to get it back out to Robertson. Robertson goes back to Gardner, and it's taken away by Gibbs. But it was off the hands of the Quakers, and the Bruins will have possession. In 4-0 your score. 6:43 to play in this first quarter. Smith up top now. Driving in, and a foul call against the Quakers. They're going to get Kobe Fuller for his first. And the Bruins just looking for a little bit of offense here. Smith will cross the timeline. Robertson now on the right wing. Robertson, stutter step now, takes his dribble, pulls it back out, setting up the offense. Inside to Wolf, trying to work the post. Kicks it back out to Van Slyke. Van Slyke now, Wolf thought about the 3, said takes a couple dribbles, finds Robertson down low, and Robertson can't score. Wolf's there for the rebound. Dawson Wolf can't put it up, out of bounds off the hands of the Quakers. And the Bruins will have yet another chance at it. So the Bruins trying to find the bottom of the net here. Gardner on the left wing. Up top now to Nick Smith. 6 minutes to play in this first quarter. Wolf now driving in. Back out to Van Slyke. Van Slyke attacking the basket. Gets it taken away by Boer. Now in transition, it's the Quakers, and it's Gibbs going up and scoring two. And the Quakers up 6-0 here early. Bruins need a bucket here on this offensive possession. Smith on the right wing, and the Quakers seem to be trapping everything on defense here. Robertson fires away a three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound is to Gibbs, and I think the Bruins are going to have to find a better shot than that. Inside Fuller. Fuller goes up and scores two, and Adam Bontrager is going to have to use his first timeout. So the Quakers up 8-0 here early. The Bruins have had a couple chances at the basket, but unable to punch it in. Robertson's fired away 2 threes and missed, so Bontrager's going to take a full timeout here to think about it. You got to set up some sort of offense and not let this Plainfield pressure get to you. Yet, you know, playing Cascade on Wednesday gave you a little bit of experience and practice with your pressure, but still, Plainfield a very different type of opponent for the Bruins, and we'll see how they handle the pressure. And now, so Bontrager will draw something up here on offense because what they've done so far not working quite as they had hoped. But again, Plainfield able to get those defensive takeaways, and the Bruins are not winning the turnover battle, which again was one of the keys to the game. Winning the turnover battle, that's always a key to the game. So the Bruins will have the length of the floor to go and a 1-2-2 pressure here for the Quakers. Robertson on the handle, breaks the pressure across the timeline. Robertson driving in, out to Van Slyke. He fires away a three. Van Slyke can't get it to fall. Rebound is to Robertson. Robertson goes up and scores two and breaks the ice. Robertson able to get the Bruins on the board. Now Boer with it on the right side, gives it to Fuller. Up top now, Jacob Gibbs. Left side to Cade Gibbs. Driving in, pulling up. Back out to Boer for three, and Boer can't get it to fall. Rebound controlled by the Bruins. Here they come in transition. Robertson now on the right side. Back out to Nick Smith. Smith, pump fake. Gives it to Robertson now. Bruins trying to set up the offense. Long three on the way for Gardner. Gardner can't get it to fall. Rebound's going to be controlled by Plainfield, and then again, Robertson for his first foul of the contest. And like I mentioned in the pregame, you're going to see Ethan Deponette, I think, playing a little bit more of a role in tonight's game just for the physicality down low. As Nick Smith and Taylor Gardner will sit, as Mason Levisic and Ethan Deponette check in for the Bruins. 4:37 to play in this first quarter, and the Bruins trail by 6. Across the timeline, Boer. Left side, Cade Gibbs. Gibbs now up top to Jacob. They're twins. Inside, Cade Gibbs. Cade, he can't decide what he wants to do, and the Bruins get the takeaway. Inside to Van Slyke. Van Slyke goes up and scores two, and a very physical play there. Van Slyke able to go up strong. Boer across the timeline now. Trying to set up the offense, gets it to Cade East. East with it, high post. Outside to Boer. Thought about the three, no. Inside, driving against Robertson, goes up. And they're going to get a foul call. And they're going to get Wolf. That'll be his second of the contest. And Boer will shoot two. So Boer looking for his first points of the contest, and he'll get it right there. Nick Smith returns, replacing Dawson Wolf, and a substitution for Plainfield. Ian Scott checking in, and Darian Gardner in for the Quakers as well. They replace Fuller and Cade East, and his second shot is good. Quakers yet to miss a free shot here this evening. 10-4 is your score. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Up top, Robertson. Left side, Nick Smith. Smith gets it out to Levisic. He's going to try a three, and Levisic knocks it home. And the Bruins have scored 3 times, and they got 3 different scores. 10, 7 your score. The Bruins trail by 3. Outside to Scott. Up top now, Naaman driving in. Naaman can't get it to fall. Rebound controlled, and Braden Van Slyke comes down with it. Van Slyke in transition, juke move, puts it up, can't score. Rebound to Scott. Now across the timeline, Boer. Boer goes inside. Count the bucket as he was falling to the floor. And they're going to get Levisic. Naaman's at the line looking for the three-point play. Van Slyke again unable to score in transition, and the Quakers go 2 for 1. Makes the shot and gives them a 6-point lead. Right side, Levisic. Gives it back up top to Smith. Gardner set to check in at the next dead ball. Up top, Robertson. Robertson picks up his dribble, gets it out to Levisic. Levisic driving in, out to Van Slyke. Van Slyke attacking the basket, going up. No foul call. And Plainfield comes down with a rebound. Van Slyke thought he was fouled. Boer for 3, can't fall. Rebound, going to be controlled by the Bruins, and a foul call against Plainfield. And they're going to get Ian Scott, that's his first. Gardner checks in, replacing Robertson. And the Bruins will have the basketball. 13-7, 2:40 to play in this first quarter. Across the timeline, Smith. Smith out to Levisic now. Depanet on the left side, up top to Van Slyke. Now Gardner with it. Gardner out to Levisic. Thought about the 3-0. Back to Smith. Smith out to Gardner. Bruins looking for a shot they want. And they're going to get Ethan Depanet with an illegal screen. And another Bruins turnover. Bruins trail by 6. 2:20 to play in this first quarter of action. Across the timeline, Boer. Boer, high post. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner driving in, and a foul call. They're going to get Ethan Depanet. It's his second. Gardner will shoot 2 shots. First shot is good. So again, the Bruins have been playing from behind all game. They let it get 8-0 before they score their first points of the contest. Second shot is good as well. Plainfield yet to miss from the charity stripe. They've got 9 of their 15 from the free throw line. Inside to Depanet, going up, and a foul call. Depanet will go to the line twice. And they're going to get Ian Scott for his second of the contest. Ethan at the line, misses the first. Again, free throws are going to be keys into winning this contest. Depanet looking for his first point on the varsity roster. Robertson checks back in, replacing Levisic. Second shot on the way is good. Depanet goes 1 of 2. And the Bruins trail by 7 across the timeline. Boer picked up against Robertson. Outside, it's Naaman. Now left side to Gibbs. Jacob Gibbs up top now. East with it. East. Or not, it's Gardner driving in. Out to East for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound is to Robertson. Here come the Bruins in transition. Bruins inside to Depanet, going up and scoring 2. Like I mentioned, Depanet going to be used for his physical presence down low. Across the timeline, Boer now. 90 seconds to play first quarter, and the Bruins trail by 5. East with it now, outside to Jacob Gibbs. Gibbs going up against Van Slyke, can't score. Rebound to Robertson. Robertson across the timeline now. Robertson driving in, and a foul call. They're going to say it was no shot, but a foul call nevertheless against Plainfield. And they're going to get Cade East. Valura checks in, and Cade East return, replacing Naaman as well as Jacob Gibbs. And now a kick ball against Plainfield to give the Bruins back the basketball. Plainfield with 4 team fouls, and the Bruins with 6. 1 minute to play in this first quarter. Robertson outside Smith. Smith driving in, gets it back out to Robertson. He's going to fire away a 3, and Robertson knocks it down. And the Bruins are within 2. Boer now, right side against Robertson. 45 seconds. Out, and they're going to say he walked. A turnover, and the Bruins will have possession. 42 and 7/10 seconds to play in this first quarter. Let's see what the Bruins can do here with this 40 seconds. If Bontrager wants to hold for the last shot or if he wants to attack, I presume that he will try to hold as long as he can. Right side, Robertson. Robertson gets the ball taken away. Not what the Bruins wanted there. Cade East going up and scoring 2. 17 seconds to score. Best they can do is bring it within 1. Gardner tries to get it to Robertson, and Cade East comes down with it. Now Cade East, an easy layup, no good. Rebound, tipped around, controlled by Boer. He shoots, can't score. Rebound to Gibbs. Gibbs goes up, can't score. Fight for the rebound as time expires. And so again, a series of events. The Bruins turn it over. Plainfield not able to score there, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter of action. So at the end of the first, again, the Bruins trail 17-13. And the Bruins off to a little bit of a slow start, able to get it back, though. They got it within 2, and then now have a 4-point contest at the quarter break. Robertson leads all scorers with 5 on the evening. Here at Plainfield High School, the Bruins looking to go 2-0 on the season. We'll thank our sponsors, presenting sponsors, Carpenter Realty, Brad Chin, and More Chiropractic. If you want to get your name on the broadcast, contact our athletic department at TriWest Athletics on Twitter, and we'll get your name on the broadcast. So to begin the second quarter, the Bruins will go with Van Slyke, Gardner, Levisic, Robertson, and Nick Smith. And the Bruins will have the basketball coming out of the quarter break. Robertson, left side, gets trapped out to Van Slyke. Long 3 on the way for Van Slyke, and he knocks it home. Van Slyke has 5 on the evening, and the Bruins are within 1. Boer now across the timeline for the Quakers, outside Fuller. Fuller driving in against Levisic, goes up, gets it swatted away, but there for the rebound is Gardner, can't score, and the rebound to the Bruins. Here's Levisic in transition. Stutter step goes up and can't score. Robertson's there to fight for the rebound, but Gibbs comes down with it. Jacob Gibbs in transition now. Going up, and a foul call against Van Slyke as he was fighting for the basketball. That'll be Van Slyke's first, and that is very important that Van Slyke went through that whole first quarter without drawing a foul, as he picks up his first here in the second quarter of action. Gardner at the line. They say he was shooting. Or it's a 1-and-1 rather. Then the Quakers will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Robertson across the timeline, outside Smith. Screen from Robertson on Smith, and now Gardner trying to go inside, but it's taken away by the other Gardner for Plainfield. Across the timeline, Boer. Out to Gardner now. East with it. East driving in against Gardner. Has to pick up his dribble now. He's trapped. Out to Boer. Boer driving in. Out to Fuller. Fuller driving in now. Gets it Tipped by Van Slyke, but able to score. And Fuller scores 2. Smith now with it, gets it to Robertson. Back to Levisik now. Smith driving in, picks up his dribble, gets trapped out to Levisik. He's going to fire away a 3. Levisik can't hit it. Rebound's going to be fought around and controlled by Gardner. Bruins down by 3, 6:30 to play in the first half. Gibbs outside for 3, and he knocks it down. Cade Gibbs, that is. And Van Slyke got injured on the play, and Chin will replace him. Not a good sign for the Bruins. Their lone returning starter and their lone senior in Van Slyke. Hopefully just a cramp, but nevertheless, Nick Chin now getting some valuable minutes for the Bruins. Robertson now with it on the right side. Robertson driving in, pulling up from 15, knocks it home. Robertson has got 7 on the evening. Boer right side. Gives it to Fuller. Fuller with it now. Out to Gibbs. He's going to fire away yet another 3. Uses the whole basket. Can't get it to fall. Levisik with the rebound. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner now across the timeline. Over to Smith. Smith can't handle it. Gibbs comes down with it. Yet another Bruins turnover. Here's East in transition. Putting it up. Can't score. Rebound to Gibbs. Gibbs goes up. And a foul call against the Bruins will send Gibbs to the line. Cade Gibbs, that is. I believe they're going to get Gardner. That is his first of the contest and the team's 8th. So Gibbs at the line, shooting 2, and the Bruins trail by 4. Makes the first. Jacob Gibbs checks back in, and Mason Naiman checks back in, replacing Boer and Cade East. Second shot on the way is good. Bruins on offense now, trailing by 6. Left side, Smith. Smith with it, out to Levisik. Robertson now controls the basketball, out to Gardner. Gardner yet to score in this contest. Levisik fires away another 3 and knocks it home. Levisik has got 5, and the Bruins are within 3. Or Levisik has 6, my bad. Outside, it was Naiman for 3, can't get it to fall. Here's Robertson in transition. Out to Levisik. He's going to try another one. Levisik is on fire. Levisik has 9, 2 back-to-back threes on back-to-back possessions. The Bruins tie it up, and the Quakers call a timeout. So Levisik has found the hot hand here in this second quarter. He made 1 3 in the first, able to answer with 2 straight now, and the Bruins have it tied. It's the first tie since it was 0-0. 5:07 to play in this first half of action. The Bruins tied up with the Quakers, and the Bruins have seemed to find a little bit of offense here. Able to tie it back up. And the Bruins, who trailed by 6 at the quarter break, now have it tied at 24 all. Big thanks in part to Mason Levisik, who has hit back-to-back threes. Boer now left side. He came in at the timeout. Boer now out to Gibbs. He's going to try a 3, and Gibbs can't score. Rebound, tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by Cade Gibbs. Now Van Slyke, that's a good sign for the Bruins. Van Slyke returns, replacing Nick Smith. So that is a good sign. Van Slyke not out for very long, and he's back in. Again, Dawson Wolf sits on the bench with 2 fouls for the Bruins, and so does Ethan Depanet. Left side, Van Slyke. Up top, Levisik. Now to Robertson. Robertson with it now, out to Van Slyke. Thought about the 3, nearly traveled out to Robertson. He's going to try a 3. Robertson airballs and turns the ball over to Plainfield. 4:31 to play in this first half. We've got ourselves a tie ball game. Boer across the timeline now. Boer picks up his dribble now. He's shuffling his feet, no travel call. Left side, Jacob Gibbs. Back up to Boer, and the Quakers will reset the offense. With it now is Jacob Gibbs, and a foul call. They're going to get Nick Chin. That'll be his first. Gibbs at the line will have a 1-and-1 opportunity. Misses the front end. Van Slyke pulls down the rebound. 4 minutes to play in this first half. Left side, Gardner. He fires away a three. Can't connect. Rebound to Jacob Gibbs. Gibbs with it now across the timeline. Right side, Fuller. Thought about the three. No. Back top to Boer. Left side, Gibbs. Driving in. Can't score. Rebound is to his brother, Cade Gibbs, and scores two. Cade has got 7 tonight. Robertson now, left wing for the Bruins. Driving in, pulling up, can't score. Rebound to Boer. Bruins trail by 2, so 2 straight empty possessions now for the Bruins. Left side, Cade Gibbs. Up top to Boer. He tries a three. Boer can't connect. And Van Slyke with the easy rebound, and Bontrager says, let's take it slow on this possession and get a shot we want. Gardner will set up the offense, and now Robertson with the basketball. High post, Van Slyke pulls up from 15, and a foul call, so he'll go to the line twice. And they're going to get Cade Gibbs for his first foul of the contest. Makes the first. Nick Smith returns. Second shot on the way is good as well. Left side, it's Fuller for the Quakers. We are tied at 26. Right side, Jacob Gibbs going up against Gardner now. Inside to the other Gardner for Plainfield. Can't score on the baby hook, and Van Slyke pulls down the rebound. Robertson now with it. Out to Van Slyke. Van Slyke driving in, gets it taken away by Boer, but Van Slyke is there for the basketball to draw the jump ball. Great hustle play there by Van Slyke, and Plainfield will have possession off the hailed ball there. 26 all, 2:30 to play in the first quarter. Here's Boer across the timeline. He's going to be picked up by Van Slyke. Bit of a zone-type defense here now for the Bruins. Right side, Gibbs. Out to Fuller. Fuller gives it off to Jacob Gibbs. Now inside, Cade Gibbs goes up, gets it blocked, but scores two. 28-26. Robertson now. Levisic with it. Nearly lost the handle there. Gets it out to Gardner. Gardner back to Robertson. Robertson to Levisic. Just under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Levisic picks up his dribble, fires away, but a foul call, so he's going to get on the line twice. A great play there by Mason Levisic to draw the foul after he nearly turned the ball over. They're going to get Aiden Boer his first, and Levisic's at the line twice. Levisic, who has 9 on the evening, scores his 10th, and he's in double digits. Cade East returns, replacing Darian Gardner. Levisic at the line with his second shot, and it's good. So now Boer will cross the timeline for the Quakers. 1:40 left. Tied at 28. Van Slyke fighting for the basketball. Saying it was last touched by Braden, and Plainfield will have possession now. Jacob Gibbs will inbound for Plainfield. Boer with it. Working off the screen. Van Slyke able to get through it, though. Cade Gibbs nearly lost the handle there. Right side, it's Jacob Gibbs. Again, they're twins playing for Plainfield. Fuller now with it. Back to Gibbs. Gibbs driving in against Levisic. Goes up, and Levisic blocks it away. Fight for the ball, Robertson. And now Van Slyke comes down with it. A great hustle play for the Bruins. Robertson now, left side, operating the offense. Gets it to Gardner. 1 minute left in the first half. Outside Smith. Smith with it now. We'll reset the offense. 1 minute left in this first half of action. The Bruins looking to take the lead for the first time this evening. Right side, Levisic. Step back. Picks up his dribble. Nearly walked. Gets it to Van Slyke. Van Slyke attacking the basket. Going up. It's swatted away. And Plainfield now with it with 43 seconds. Right side, Fuller fires away a three. Blocked away by the Bruins, and Plainfield will have possession now. Mason Naiman checks back in. 40 and 2/10 seconds to play in this first half. Boer with it. Inbounds to Naiman. Up top, East. Tries to go inside. It's taken away by the Bruins. Here's Gardner in transition. Gardner takes a jump step, goes up and scores two, but the officials are going to call it off, and Adam Bontrager can't believe it. He waited until after the bucket went down, calls the charge, and Bontrager cannot believe that call. It's an offensive foul against Taylor Gardner. 29 seconds, and the Quakers now look to break this tie. Gibbs across the timeline. Right side. Bringing the offense, it's Naiman. Naiman with it, going against Levisic. Great defense here by the Bruins. 8 seconds to score. East with it. High post, it's Naiman. 4 seconds. Naiman going to drive in, going up, and can't score, and his time expires. So at the half, the Bruins able to come away from an early deficit, and we're tied at the half. 28 all, and we'll come back in just a moment. We'll have first half statistics as well as some first half analysis, and the Bruins able to tie it up 28 all here from Plainfield High School. All right, back here at the half, a look at the first half statistics. My name is Grant Covey, high above courtside here at Plainfield High School. We welcome you in from wherever you may be watching this evening. Look at the first half statistics. For the Quakers, they were led in scoring by Cade Gibbs. He had 11 in the first half, and then after that, a very spread out scoring. They were able to use 7 different guys, including Kobe Fuller, who had 4, Cade East had 4, Mason Naiman had 3, Darian Gardner had 2, Aiden Boer had 2, Jacob Gibbs had 2 as well. For the Bruins, not much of a spread out scoring as maybe that they would like to see, but Robertson contributed with 7. Your leading scorer, Mason Levisic, had 11. 2 back-to-back threes tied the contest at 24. And then we're tied at 28 here at the half. Van Slyke had 7, as well as Ethan Depanet contributing with 3 points. So, again, the Bruins have utilized 4 different players in the scoring column this evening, and again, Robertson, who was a leading scorer for the Bruins at Cascade with 15, now has 7 on the evening tonight. So, again, at the half, 28 all. Getting you set for the third quarter of action. Next up for the Bruins will be December 7th at Frankfort High School. They'll take on the Hot Dogs there, and then they'll be back at home that Saturday night against Northview. That will be their 2018-2019 home opener. We look forward to having you there as well. We'll be on the coverage. I'm not necessarily sure if I will be on the microphone for that game. I know I'm doing all the public address announcing at Tri-West High School for the boys program this year. So if you're out in the Tri-West area, you want to get a little boys hoopage, December 8th will be their home opener at Tri-West High School. So look forward to bringing you that coverage as well. So the Bruins make their appearance back out on the floor, and certainly, tied at the half. I'm sure the Bruins will take that again. Plainfield, who came out and they led early and had a 17-point first quarter. The Bruins 13-point first quarter. And then the Bruins able to get it back, having a 15-point second quarter, and the Quakers having an 11-point second quarter. So able to outscore them by 4 there to give them the lead. That's how we're tied at 28 all here at the half. It will be Bruins basketball out of the quarter break. So the Quakers who beat Avon on Wednesday, and the Bruins who beat the Cadets of Cascade on Wednesday. Both teams looking to go 2-0 here. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsors of the evening, Moore Chiropractic and Carpenter Realtor Brad Chin, for their support of this broadcast. You can get your name on the broadcast as well. Reach out to our athletic department at Tri-West Athletics on Twitter, and we'll get you hooked up there as well. So coming out of the half, the Quakers will go with their original starters. They'll go with Jacob Gibbs, Cade East, Cade Gibbs, Kobe Fuller, and Aiden Boer. And the Bruins back with their starters as well. They go with Robertson's Nick Smith, Taylor Gardner, Braden Van Slyke, and Dawson Wolf. Here's Smith across the timeline. Gardner with it, high post. Or up top, I should say. Right side, Van Slyke. Van Slyke takes a couple dribbles, gets it back out to Robertson with it. Robertson gets fouled and will give the Bruins the basketball. They're going to get Cade Gibbs, that's his second. Gardner inbounds to Smith. Now back to Robertson. Robertson swings it over to Van Slyke. Now Gardner with it. Open 3 in the corner, no good. Rebound, though, controlled by Robertson. Scrum for the ball on the floor. Now a jump ball call. Again, another hustle play by the Bruins. Plainfield, though, taking over on the alternate possession. So the Bruins unable to score in their opening possession coming out of the half. Aiden Boer crosses the timeline now. Boer going up against Robertson. Robertson out to Jacob Gibbs. Picked up by Dawson Wolf. Now Fuller with it. Fuller back out to Cade Gibbs. Boer now up top. Fuller, right wing. Out to Jacob Gibbs. Now with it. It's Cade Gibbs. Pulls away a three and knocks it home. And the Quakers lead by 3. They're coming out with pressure. Bruins got to get it across. They do to Van Slyke in the middle. Van Slyke driving in. Out to Gardner. Gardner shot fake, no. Van Slyke now with it. Oh, to Smith. Now Robertson. 3 on the way for Robertson. And the Bruins can't answer. Cade Gibbs comes down with the rebound. Quakers in transition. Cade East goes up and scores 2. And a 5-point run coming out of the half. Bruins find themselves down 5. 1 minute and 30 seconds into this third quarter. Inside, Robertson goes up. Out of bounds off the hands of Cade East, and the Bruins will have the basketball under their own basket. Smith will inbound under his own basket. He gets it into Robertson. No shooting foul there. Cade East charged with that foul. Bruins will inbound yet once again. Smith gets it into Robertson. Swing it over to Gardner. Smith now gets it inside to Robertson, and Robertson scores 2. The Bruins break the ice now. They trail by 3. Boer across the timeline. Right side, Cade East. East, shot fake. Drives in against Gardner. Gets it back out to Cade Gibbs. Inside to East. Cade East goes up and scores 2. 35-30. Bruins trail again by 5. Trying to go inside to Wolf. It's taken away by Cade Gibbs. Gibbs in transition. Going up against Boer. They're going to get Van Slyke for a foul. Luckily, the shot did not fall, and Boer will go to the line twice. It's only Van Slyke's second, but definitely don't want to pick up any more in the near future. 5:48 to play in this third quarter. Boer makes the first. Bruins now trailing by 6. Boer with his second, knocks it down. Robertson with it, over to Smith. Pressure from the Quakers, and Smith lost the handle. Luckily, he's able to get it back, gets it to Wolf, and Bontrager able to get a possession-saving timeout. He'll take a 30-second. That's his second call of the game, and now Andy Weaver is going to come out and say he stepped out. But nevertheless, a timeout for the Bruins, so the Bruins able to save a possession there on the out of Bontrager timeout. Again, the Bruins looking for a little bit of offense to answer Plainfield's offense. (37-30), 5:41 to play in this third quarter of action. Gardner will inbound to Robertson. Robertson crosses the timeline right side, Dawson Wolf. Wolf now to Gardner. Now blocking foul against the Quakers. And they're going to get Ian Scott, or no, rather that is Kobe Fuller. Team's third of this the second half. Left side Wolf, up top Gardner. Pump fake, no. Gardner now driving in, picks up his dribble, gets it to Levisic. Gardner hop, high post, shot fake. Gardner doesn't take it. Now Robertson, 15 feet. On the way, no good. Rebound, tipped around, and a foul call against Mason Levisic. That is his second of the contest. The Bruins are going to have to D up here. They're down by 7. Poor, or rather that's Gibbs with it. Gibbs on the screen, goes up, and a foul call. They're going to get Van Slyke. Or they're going to get Wolf, rather, for his third. And now Gibbs at the line with 2 shots. His first one is good, and free throws can contribute to 3 of Plainfield's points here in the second half of their 10. Gibbs at the line, second shot, no good. Rebound to Gardner. Bruins looking to push the ball here. Robertson, right side, outside Gardner. He's going to try a 3. Gardner can't get it to fall. Rebound to Boer. There's Robertson fighting for the basketball, and they're going to say that the possession belongs to the Bruins. Great hustle play there by Luke Robertson to give the Bruins back the basketball. Ethan Deponette will check in for the first time. In the second half, that is. Gardner will sit. 38-30, 4:44 left in this third quarter. Robertson inbounds it in the backcourt. It's taken away, but Van Slyke able to come down with it. Levisik across the timeline now. Levisik looking for somewhere to go with it. Goes cross court to Ethan Deponette. Levisik now with it right side. Levisik driving in, picks up his dribble, gets it to Robertson. Robertson back to Levisik. Levisik now Robertson with it. Thought about the 3, no. Out to Van Slyke. He's going to try a 3. Van Slyke can't hit it off the rim. Rebound is to Gardner. The Bruins having trouble finding the back of the net here. Gibbs tries a 3 and knocks it home. And the Bruins find themselves down 11, their largest deficit of the contest. Outside Van Slyke, driving in, going up, and scores 2. Great play there by Van Slyke, and Bontrager's going to call a timeout. That's Van Slyke's first points of the second half. Bontrager calls a timeout. That is his third called. He's got 2 remaining, a 30 and a full. So keep that in mind as we head down the stretch here. 3:46 to play in the third quarter. (41-32). Bruins trail by 9, and offense been a bit of a struggle here for the Bruins in this second half of action. So the Bruins will have the basketball now. Or Plainfield, rather, off the Bruins make. Jacob Gibbs will inbound for the Quakers. Gets it in to Ian Scott, who checked in at the timeout. Gibbs across the timeline against Wolf, and a foul call, and that's just a plain hustle play there by the Bruins and Dawson Wolf, and that's his 4th, and he's going to sit for Gardner's going to check in, and Gibbs will inbound for the Quakers. Poor across the timeline. Picked up by Robertson at the top of the key. Right side, it's Naaman. Now back out to Gardner. With it now is Scott. Over to Naaman. 2 on the way, no good. Out of bounds, off the hands of Gardner, and it'll be Bruins basketball. Robertson will cross the timeline for the Bruins. 3:30 left. Robertson driving in, going up, can't score, no foul call. He gets his own rebound, goes up, and there's the foul call. Ian Scott charged with his 3rd. First shot, no good. Free throws again. They've only missed one up to this point. Now they've missed two. And they've made 5 on the night. These are the first attempts from the charity stripe for Robertson as he knocks the second one home. He's got 10 on the evening. Boer picked up against Robertson in the full court. Boer going up against Robertson. Great defensive pressure now. Naaman with it. Going up against Levisic. Naaman driving in, going up. Can't score. Rebound fought, controlled by Cade Gibbs, but a foul call against the Bruins. They're going to get Mason Levisic. It's his third of the contest. Cade Gibbs will shoot 2. He makes the first, and he's 100% on the evening. Nick Smith will check in, replacing Mason Levisic. He'll sit with 3 fouls. Second shot, no good. Rebound to Robertson. Bruins trail by 9. Robertson, left wing, driving in, out to Gardner, pump fake, gets it out to Smith. Smith now, back to Gardner. Long 3 on the way for Gardner. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. And a foul on the rebound. They're going to get Depanet. That's his third of the contest. (42-33). The Bruins trail by 9. Boer picked up by Robertson, nearly lost the handle. Out to Gibbs. Now he gives it to his twin, Cade Gibbs. Back out, Jacob with it. Driving in now out to Boer. Fires away a 3. Can't fall. Rebound. Controlled by Gardner. Goes up, can't score. And now a foul call. Against Taylor Gardner. That's his third, and now Alex Covey will check in, replacing Ethan Depanet. So again, like I mentioned, Ethan Depanet and Alex Covey used for their physical presence down low. Gibbs at the line with a 1-and-1. Makes the front end of it, and he'll have the bonus opportunity. Second shot, no good. Rebound to Gardner. Smith across the timeline. Robertson's down on the other end. Now he gets back up. It's taken away by Jacob Gibbs. Yet another Bruins turnover. Gibbs can't score. Rebound to Cade Gibbs. He goes up and he's fouled. Fouls playing a factor for the Bruins. They're going to get Van Slyke. That's his third. He's got 2. Gibbs has got 2 shots, that is. First one no good. Falura checks back in, as well as Cade East. They replace Gardner and Naaman. He misses the second. An offensive rebound, however, for the Quakers. Bruins down by 10. Gibbs with it. Boer now working his offense. Gets it tipped away and out of bounds off the hands of Luke Robertson. Bruins trail by 10, but certainly not out of it. 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Gibbs now going up against Covey and scoring 2. Smith across the timeline now. 1:50 to play in the third quarter. Van Slyke up top with it. Van Slyke, step back 3 on the way for Van Slyke, no good. Rebound controlled by Robertson. Here's Robertson now going up and scoring 2. Boer now with it. Right side Gibbs. Outside to Cade East. Now back to Gibbs. Boer up top between the circles. 1:20 to play, third quarter. Outside East, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound out of bounds off the hands of Falur. And the Bruins will have the basketball. They still trail by 10. 45-35. Robertson across the timeline. Bruins looking to score here. Robertson on the right side, 2 on the way is good. They bring it, and they bring it within 8. Across the timeline, it's Gibbs now. Gives it off to his brother, Cade Gibbs. Up top, East. 52 seconds. East with it. East gives it off to Gibbs now against Gardner. Back out to Cade Gibbs. Going up against Van Slyke. Picks up his dribble. They're going to say he walked. And the Bruins get the basketball. .36 and 2/10 seconds. Looking for the last shot of the quarter. They can bring it within as many as 5. Left side, it's Gardner out to feed from Robertson, but a foul call against the Quakers. They're going to get Jacob Gibbs. That'll be his first of the contest. 27 and 6/10. Bruins trying to crawl out of a 10-point hole. Smith into Van Slyke, but now back out to Gardner. Gardner now, Van Slyke's going to try a 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound tipped by Covey. Robertson's able to save it, but Gibbs comes down with it. Now the Quakers in transition is knocked away by Smith. Fuller comes down with it, but a foul call against Van Slyke. That's going to be Van Slyke's 4th. One of the keys of the game was to keep Van Slyke out of foul trouble. He didn't have any fouls in the first quarter, but now he has 4 at the end of the third. Fuller at the line. Levisik's going to replace Van Slyke, and into the game is Darian Gardner. 10 and 1/10 seconds to play in this third quarter. The Bruins trail, but a 1-and-1 now for Fuller. First shot, no good. A foul call against the Quakers. They're going to get Gardner, who just checked in with his first of the contest, and the Bruins will have the basketball with 9 and 6/10 to score. Robertson will bring it across the timeline. 6 seconds. Robertson, 5 seconds. Robertson, 3 on the way. No good. Air ball. Fuller's got it. 1 second. Got to shoot. He does. No good. So at the end of the third quarter, Plainfield 45, Tri-West 37. We're set for an exciting finish in just a few moments with the fourth quarter of action. So back for the start of the fourth quarter. The Bruins outscored 17-9 in that third quarter of action. Robertson led the way with 7 in that quarter, and Robertson has 7 on the evening, or 14 on the evening as well. So the Bruins now trying to get out of a deficit. Robertson will inbound to Nick Smith, and Smith will bring it across the timeline. Really could use a bucket here if you're the Bruins. Up top, Gardner. It's taken away by the other Gardner. He goes up and scores 2. It's his 4th point of the contest. Robertson with Gardner. Back out to Covey. Covey high post, gets it to Levisik. Levisik nearly gets it taken away. Smith now with it. Left side, Robertson. Robertson driving in, going up, gets the ball taken from him. Scrum for the ball on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and Plainfield will have the basketball. And Dawson Wolf will check in. And Gardner will check out. So Plainfield will have the basketball with 7:23 to play in this fourth quarter of action. So the Bruins down by 10, something they've been a majority of in the third quarter. Fuller with it across the timeline to Gibbs. Now it's Gardner with it going up against Covey, and Gardner scores 2. 49-37. Smith across the timeline, right side, it's Wolf. Smith now with it. Robertson gets it taken away by Gibbs. Gibbs trips up, and they're going to get Robertson with a foul. But Robertson really didn't touch him as he was falling to the floor. It's going to be Robertson's second of the evening. So now 2 shots the rest of the way for the Quakers. Gibbs will have 2. First shot, no good. Cora will check in, replacing Nick Smith. (49-37). 6:59 to play in the fourth quarter. Second shot is good. Cora will now control the basketball. He crosses the timeline. Over to Robertson. Robertson gets a screen from Covey. Robertson now with it, pulling up from 15. Can't fall. Rebound controlled by Levice, going up and getting fouled. And the foul will be on Boer. It's his second of the contest. Levice at the line with 2 shots. Bruins trail by 13, looking to get it back within 11, and he makes the first. Levice with his second shot. 6:45 to play fourth quarter. Second shot is good. Levice has hit all of his free shots this evening. The Bruins trail by 11. Fuller with it. Pressure from the Bruins. Gibbs gets it into Gardner. Gardner going up and scoring 2. Cora across the timeline. Gets it to Robertson. Robertson working the dribble. Gets it nearly taken away, but it's spin move. Keeps his dribble somehow, and Robertson scores 2. So Robertson able to contain his dribble. Bruins now trail by 11. Gibbs now goes inside to Fuller. Fuller can't score. Levice comes down with the rebound. Bruins in transition now. Robertson, right side, thought about the 3. Dribbles around, gets it taken away, but Covey comes down with it. Robertson, left side, inside to Wolf. Wolf goes up and scores 2. His first points of the contest for the Bruins, and the Bruins got it back within 9. Gibbs with it now, left side. It's East, and now Plainfield is forced to take a timeout. And Van Slyke will check in along with Cade Gibbs. So a full timeout taken by Andy Weaver. Bruins trail by 9. 5:39 to play in this fourth quarter. Bruins got on a bit of a run there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, looking to find a little bit more of that offense. Back once again, high above courtside here at Plainfield High School. My name's Grant Covey. We would like to thank our presenting sponsors, Carpenter Realtors Brad Chin and More Chiropractic. 52-43, 5:39 to play in this fourth quarter. Gibbs will inbound out of the Andy Weaver timeout. Gibbs gets it into Boer in the backcourt. Gibbs with it across the timeline, picked up by Wolf. Again, Van Slyke checking in at the quarter break. He's playing with 4 fouls, and now a foul call against Dawson Wolf, and that's 5. And Gardner will check back in. So Wolf playing very physically tonight, picks up 5 fouls. Gibbs will be at the line shooting 2 shots. First shot is good. Second shot good as well, and Quakers take an 11-point lead. Cora across the timeline. Pulls it back out, gets it to Levisic. Levisic now up top to Robertson. Robertson, right wing, pulls up for 3, and Robertson can't get it to fall. Scrum for the rebound, and now it's going to be a jump ball, and the Bruins are going to get possession. Great hustle play there by Garrett Cora to draw the jump basketball. So Gardner will inbound under his own basket. 5:13 to play. Robertson tries to get in at Cora. He does, but a jump ball call. Plainfield will get the basketball. Gibbs will inbound now. Gets it into Boer. Goes up against Robertson. And a blocking foul called against Robertson. That's his 3rd. And Boer will head to the line. He's made all of his free shots this evening. That's how he has all of his points. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He continues that. Makes it 5 of 5. Second shot, no good. Gardner comes down with the rebound. The Bruins trail by 12. Robertson across the timeline now. Gets it over to Cora. Now Levisic with it. Gardner driving in, picks up his dribble, gets it to Robertson. Robertson pulling up, no foul call, and Boer comes down with it. Boer across the timeline. Up against Robertson. Great defense by Luke. Boer goes up, and a charge call. Braden Van Slyke draws the charge on a risky choice there by Van Slyke as he's playing with 4. And the foul is called against Boer. It's his 3rd, 55-43. Nick Smith checks back in, replacing Garrett Cora. 4:30 to play in this 4th quarter of action. Smith across the timeline, right side. It's Robertson. Tries to go inside to Van Slyke, and they throw it away. Robertson tried to force it there, and Van Slyke wasn't ready for it. 4:26, the Bruins trail by 12. Boer gets it, picks up his dribble there, and Gibbs comes down with it. Gibbs between the circles going up against Gardner, drives in, Gibbs scores 2. Smith across the timeline with 4 minutes to play. It's it over to Levisic between the circles. Long 3 on the way for Levisic is no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Jacob Gibbs. Jacob Gibbs across the timeline, picked up by Gardner. Cade Gibbs now up top, gives it off to Fuller. 3:30 to play, 4th quarter. Boer loses the handle, and Van Slyke comes down with it. Robertson in a chase for it, tries to throw it off Fuller's legs, and can't. Fuller comes down with it. Now in transition, it's the Quakers. Boer pulls it back out. Picked up by Robertson. Picks up his dribble, but a foul call against Robertson. That'll be his 4th of the contest. So now Levisic has 3, Van Slyke has 4. Wolf fouled out with 5. Gardner's playing with 3 as well. Boer will shoot 2 shots. So Bruins have kind of let this one get out of reach here as of late. First shot is good. Cade East checks back in, replacing Darian Gardner. 3:16 left. Bruins down by 15. Second shot no good. Van Slyke comes down with the rebound. Smith left side, goes over to Robertson. Robertson driving in, going up, and scoring 2. And Adam Bontrager will take a 30-second timeout. He's got 1 timeout remaining, and with 3:04 to play, Bontrager will try to draw up a little bit of something to catch these Quakers off guard as the Quakers lead 58-45. So now out of the timeout, Bontrager will have 1 remaining. So now the Bruins trying to fight for a little bit of offense and a little bit of defense here. They've allowed the Quakers to score quick in transition here as of late. Jacob Gibbs will inbound against Taylor Gardner. He gets it in to Cade East going up against Nick Smith. 3 minutes to play. East across the timeline. An offensive foul call against Cade East. A great play there by Nick Smith to give up his body and draw the foul. Gardner will inbound to Robertson. Just under 3 minutes now. The Bruins can bring it back within 10 at this possession. Smith between the circles, hands it off to Robertson. Robertson working the basketball now. On the dribble, drives in, goes up, and a foul call. Robertson will head to the line twice. They're going to get Jacob Gibbs for his 2nd of the contest. Robertson's got 2. First shot good. Second shot now for Robertson is good as well. Goes 100% on that trip, and he's only missed 1 free shot on the evening. 3 of 4 on the night. Boer now working against Robertson across the timeline. 58-47. Robertson. Bruins trying to get one of those other takeaways here on defense as Plainfield's going to try to keep the ball out of Tri-West's possession for as long as they possibly can. Levisik charged with his 4th foul here of the contest. And Fuller will head to the line. He will shoot 2 shots now. First shot is good. Fuller makes the 2nd as well. He's got 6 on the evening. Robertson across the timeline, and the Bruins trail by 13. Right side, Levisik. Now Robertson with it up top. Left side, Smith. Smith driving in, going up, and scoring 2. That is his first points of the contest. Boer now gets it across the timeline to Gibbs. Gibbs driving in, and the other brother, Cade Gibbs, goes up. Count the bucket, and that's Van Slyke's 5th. And now Alex Covey will check back in to replace Van Slyke. Gibbs now at the line. And he makes the three-point play. 1:54 to play, and the Bruins trail 63-49. Right side, Levisic. Smith with it now. Gardner. Back out to Smith. Smith, long three on the way, can't connect. Rebound controlled by Cade Gibbs. Fuller going up, and he's swatted away by Gardner, but a foul call against Gardner. That'll be his fourth. And Fuller will head to the line twice. He's 100% on the evening from the charity stripe. And he makes the first. Naaman checks back in, replacing Cade East. (64-49). And Fuller made that second shot as well. Count the bucket for Gardner. That's his first points of the evening, so he'll have a chance for three now. Can't connect on the free shot. Now a foul call down low against the Quakers. They're going to get Boer. Or rather, that's Naaman with his first of the contest. 64-51. Robertson will have two shots from the double bonus opportunity. First shot, good. Here's Robertson now with his second. Can't connect. Rebound to Boer. Boer now across the timeline. They're just going to try to play stall ball as much as they can. Gibbs with it against Covey. Goes inside to Jacob Gibbs, and Jacob Gibbs scores two. Left side, Robertson's going to fire away a three. Can't fall. Rebound is to Cade Gibbs. Inside to Jacob Gibbs. Swatted away by Robertson. Cade Gibbs comes down with it. Now Jacob Gibbs fight for the rebound. Jacob Gibbs comes down with it. Boer will pull it back out. 42 seconds to play. Boer against Robertson. Boer, right side. 29. Plainfield takes a timeout to get his substitution in. He gets Luke Smock in. (24 8/10). Naaman gets it on the inbound. Naaman driving in out to Jacob Gibbs. Now Fuller with it, and they'll pretty much hold for the last. Smock with it, 8 seconds. And that'll be it. Your final score, Plainfield 66, Tri-West 52. And we'll give you an update on statistics here. Again, these unofficial stats from the unofficial stats coming in now. We'll add them up really quickly here. And again, unofficial stats these are official because they did add up. So anyway, stats for the Bruins. Your leading scorer, Luke Robertson, had 21 on the evening. Mason Levisic had 13. Braden Van Slyke had 9. Ethan Depinet had 3. Nick Smith had 2. Also contributing, Taylor Gardner had 2, and Dawson Wolf had 2 as well. So again, this Bruins team falling 66-52, but this Bruins team definitely hungry to get back out there. You saw that very end. They never gave up on defense, and again, I would expect this Bruins team to bounce back just fine coming up. They're off for a little ways now. They get about a week to think about it. They actually have about 2 weeks off with that Western Boone game being postponed. So again, that Western Boone game postponed, and we will have the coverage of the Frankfurt game at Frankfurt December 7th, and then December 8th for their home opener against Northview. Hey, big thanks to Joseph Maslin, our on-site producer, and camera operator Nathaniel Thacker for putting on this evening's broadcast. We could not do it without you. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors of Carpenter Realtors, Brad Chin, and More Chiropractic. But for now, that'll do it for us from Plainfield High School. My name's Grant Covey, and have a great and safe evening.